puna kana wait. Now this is a submissive. She's been submissive. Her tail's been up. This is your favorite animals, you two. I can see.
Yeah.
There's a different demeanor. Very interesting. So you'll see. This is the boss. You know Gina?
Yeah.
Yes. This is Monty. Monty's recently become the chief in charge of the males. So Shanzi used to be the boss, but he's been outranked somehow by this character here. But she's always.
They fight inside. Who will be the boss?
What's that?
They fight inside. Who
No,
will be
generally
the boss?
hyenas are quite. They're born into it generally. But what happened here was when we moved from the old park to the new park, there was a good opportunity, being a new territory, to try and jostle for position. At the old park, Shanzi would have been the big boss, and Monty would have just accepted that. But now he said, nah, look here, new territory, new place, let me try my luck. As did Woody with Maxie, who's that other hyena that's been ousted, along with Spunnies. So they were all part of the same clan. When we got here, they started picking on Spunnies. Then after they had picked on Spunnies, and I removed Spunnies and tried to rehabilitate him and then release him back in here, then they started picking on Maxie. So it's been a real unsettled clan until now, but even so, they've been picking on Shanzi.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so Shanzi, but I think that'll settle. So I don't need to worry about that too much for now. But these guys, you never know. This is one of the most intelligent and complicated animals. I mean, the social structure, very simple, very similar to your old world primates. So you're looking at your vervet monkeys, your baboons. We know that those animals have very elaborate social structures. These have very similar social structures, very similar pecking orders. And it's a sign, obviously, of intelligence. Notwithstanding that, there's been a lot of studies done, cognitive problem, collaborative problem-solving experiments, cognitive experiments, whereby these guys actually outperform chimpanzees. So people are, wow, spotted hyenas, they're actually pretty intelligent. Yeah. So the world is starting to hopefully look at these guys through a different set of eyes, like you two. It's always very good to have some hyena lovers here, because they seriously stole my heart when I first met them. I used to hate hyenas. Not hate them, but I used to go, hyenas, I'm the lion guy. Hyenas are smelly, they just give lions a hard time. What do? There's no benefit. If there were no hyenas, the world would be a better place. What a silly thing to say. When I was young and dumb. And then I got to meet, actually it was Shanzi and his brother Ed. They were the first. Shanzi's 14. He's an old boy now. And I started to see a completely different side to these animals. They're amazing. And I started to read up on them, and once I started to read, I started to hear things and meet people about them, and then the hyena numbers got more at the park, and I started to understand the dynamics. And then the same thing where people said you can't form relationships with spotted hyenas. The reason being is because of the clickiness of their social structure. You're going to get bitten. Yes, they were right about that. I did get bitten. I have got bitten. I get bitten all the time. Got bitten about 8 weeks ago. Oh. Badly. Quite badly, in front of a whole bunch of people, to make matters worse. But it was, again, out of 15 years of working with them, I should have known, and I should have just been the bigger person and said, you know what, today's not the day. Because I saw immediately that they were all unsettled. There was too many people. The clan had been, there was turmoil within the clan had been upset, and I'd noticed that previously, before even taking them on the tour. And then on the tour day, there was a couple of people, oh, we want to see you with the hyenas. We'd been dying to see you with the hyenas. I'm like, oh, pressure. And then I went, and then, yes, not you, it wasn't this group, it was the other group. But you know, still back in with them, and they're all great shakes and no problems, you know. But it's just what people need to understand about these guys is that they solve battles and problems with their jaws. You know, a lot of the time a hyena doesn't ask questions, he'll bite, and then he'll ask questions. So, whereas lions are not like that. Lions, you'll see the anger, you'll see them starting to get cross. They're like that news reporter thing, the journalist. I mean, the lion doesn't just come up and attack you and kill you. He'll come and he'll like grab you, and then he'll claw you, then he'll like bite you, and he'll look, and then he sees what he's getting away with, you know. If a lion's infuriated, obviously he's going to just take you out. But a lot of lions are generally slow to anger, unless you've really done something, I don't know, untoward, or you've confronted them and they're very nervous, etc. These guys sometimes, if they're in a very unsettled state, and you do something and it's perceived to be the wrong thing, they'll bite, and they bite bloody hard. I can testify to that.
Yeah.
Most of my hospital excursions, or in fact all, have come from hyena. So there, and there's been a few. I've had probably about now about 6. Well, she's not actually that bad in 15 years, I suppose. Come sit here. Yeah, sit on my lap. You know you like
Can
to sit.
hyenas?
There we go. Look how you're smiling. You trying to tell me that's not a smile? Is he smiling? Yes, he's smiling. And what she's doing is, you see her ears are back, and she's grinning. She's submissive. She's being coy. She's been hey? Look at smiling. She's smiling. She's smiling. So yeah, she's doing that, which is a very nice thing, because she's quite a high, I mean, the relationship with Jean is the first one that came up is obviously impeccable. It's lasted a very, very long time. There's almost like a telepathy between us. Yes, and we play nicely together as well. Come sit on my lap. You see the way she starts to play. She's a mad thing. You're a mad thing, my darling. Yes, you are. You also want tickle. So she got jealous.
We got jealous too.
Yeah, we got jealous too.
And what's so funny about Gina is she'll bite you, and it's like any animal, when they mouth you, they're not biting you, it's mouthing. So there's a big difference when people see these animals, you know, me doing this, and they're going, oh, it's only a matter of time before it's going to bite him. It's not the, you know, they're taking it out of context. Don't take it out of context. When Gina starts to play, like I'm doing now, she's going to start to bite me. Watch. Oh, you got to sit on my lap. Oh, you also want tickles. And she'll start to bite. And she bites, she mouths quite sore. Because they've got very strong jaws. Got to understand. So the fact that they tone down their play to that extent is just absolutely always amazes me. Yeah, you see, you got your what you doing? What you doing? Is this fat? No, it's not fat. I'm not fat, Kev. You're not fat. What's this? You fatty? Are you a fatty? You're a fatty boom boom. Hmm?
Can hyenas get sick?
Can they get
Yeah, can they get sick?
sick? Yeah,
Can they get a heart trouble or something like that, or infection?
they can get all of that. I mean, absolutely. They're not immune. They're resilient. Ow! They're resilient. They're one of the most resilient animals I know. In terms of, but you'll see in winter they get flu, and they've got snotty noses, and they're sneezing, and they, you know, and they don't feel well. You can just see it in their eyes are streaming, like your dog, you know. But for a hyena to be really ill, you know, there's something really wrong.
Yeah.
They hardly get sick. When they're injured, they recover so quickly. It's unbelievable how quickly these animals recover. The powers of recovery are amazing. You'll see a hyena in the wild with its ear bitten off, and a week later, you go like, huh?
Yeah.
If that was you or me, we'd be in hospital for 6 months. Not
Yeah.
these guys. You see how badly they beat up Maxie, and you see how brilliant she's healed. With no, little terror, with no antibiotics. Well, she did. We put her on a course, but generally, with no antibiotics, the powers of recovery are unbelievable.
I saw a documentary, I think it's called Bone Crusher Queen.
Yes, the Bone Crusher
There
Queen,
was a young a male, his nose was bitten off by other hyenas.
Yes.
But he walked around the savanna, around the grassland,
Yes.
as if with nothing.
He's wrong. Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. No, they're incredible. I mean, and once you realize that they are actually extremely efficient hunters. These are not scavengers. Primarily a hunter. Secondarily a scavenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing with the lion. Apex predator, primarily, okay, but secondarily a very good scavenger. That's a lion. So you're rubbing on me. I like you when you rub on me. Yes, rub. Oh,
And
don't
they-
bite, Bucko. You're a queen. Yes, you are. Your Majesty.
What's your level in the pride here?
I'm high up, obviously, because of her. Ow, but I'm not as high as her. You know, I think she sees me kind of on a par in some respects, but the clan doesn't, because every now and again the clan will try their luck. But so like on a day like today, they just complete putty in my hands. They're just amazing. You see how they've been? They've been all playful. Oh, that is bloody sore. You see how sore she bites? And that's mouthing. She's not, I mean, there's no, if you must understand, a hyena bites you, it's serious stuff. It goes down to the bone and it generally crushes the bone or bruises the bone or splinters the bone or something. Because when they bite, they generally, it's like whack. It's like a snap. This kind of little love biting, she's like pinching me. So she'll even love bite you. She'll do that. But it's like you can't tolerate it. It's just too sore.
And they do really cooperate when they hunt, do they?
They what?
They do cooperate when they
Yes.
hunt.
No, well, they hunt in many different ways. So there's cooperative. I'll poke you. Picky. They hunt cooperatively in the clan, in the group. So you call it a pack hunt. They forage, call it foraging on their own. So they'll sometimes team up with 3, 2, 1, doesn't matter. So they're very adaptive. So depending on the situation,
Yeah.
depending on what they need, that's what they do. So the body language, the almost the telepathy, the calling, the vocalizations, all of that. It's very intricate. It's very subtle. There's certain things, I mean, knowing them for a long time, even me, I can misread what they're trying to tell me. And a lot of the time when they were younger, you know, I was misreading, because you read in books, a hyena when its tail up, it's aggression and blah, blah, blah. But it's not only aggression, it's also excitement. It's also sometimes the tail will come up when they've been submissive. So in context, you've got to take everything in context. Those are the teeth that do the damage.
How many teeth have they?
They got 30 teeth.
30.
Oh, they are almost white.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
almost.
So, but you know, you'll see very poorly developed incisors,
Yeah.
slightly better developed canines, incredibly well developed carnassials, conical carnassials,
Yeah.
and incredibly well developed cutting carnassials, which are right at the back. I'd love to come here, boy, girl. Willie, come. Come. I'll show you your teeth. Oh, no, it's not Willie. It's you.
What you want to show?
It's Monty. It's Monty. If you get him in the right mood, he'll start jumping on you. Jump. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm jealous.
You're jealous of the hyenas or of Kevin?
Monty boy. Monty boy. Yes, he's like a lion.
Yeah.
He's attacking like a lion.
Dann haben sie, glaube ich, unten 2 weniger. So, komischer.
Hey, isn't he sweet, eh? Come. Jump. Jump.
Jump.
Jump, boy. Come. Jump. 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 Jump this way. Jump
You
over.
won't.
Come. Come, jump. Jump. Come. Let's go. Come on. He says, Kev, I'm not a performing monkey.
No.
What you doing, Monty? Come, Monty, Monty, Monty.
Yay!
Here's the Monty. He was such a clever boy. He was a clever boy. I'm a clever boy, Kev. He's a sweetie, eh?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that in your life? The performing hyena, Monty!
Yay!
So
So we
great.
could do a circus show.
Yeah.
Monty, the performing hyena. Come on, boy. Come, Monty. Come jump through hoops. Come jump through hoops. You sweetie. You're a sweetie boy. I got it. I got it. And you. And one more jump. One more jump. And go. And go. Jump. No, jump, man. Don't be lazy now. Come. Jump, jump, jump. 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 Jump.
No, I hold
Jump. Jump, Monty.
He found a
Show
good
them how
place.
you jump.
He found a good place.
you. Hee hee.
You don't want to move.
And over. Good jump over.
That's so sweet.
You're a funny bunny. Yep, 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 yep. Wah!
Yeah, heavy. Yeah. Look.
Isn't it funny? He's a funny bunny. You break my back, boy. You break my back. Oh yeah, that's the other thing we do. Come, roly-poly, roly-poly. No, come. Roly-poly. Roly-poly. There we go. Roly-poly, 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 roly-poly. Come on, dude. Roly-poly. And over. And over. And go. Mouthing, you see? Not biting. Like a dog. You two silly monkeys. I want to jump out there, eh? And up. And up. Ah! Ah!
Wow. Amazing.
They are amazing. And Gina's going, I'm too old for this. Okay, goodbye.
question. What's about Trelly?
Mm-hmm.
The hyena from Dangerous Companions.
What about him?
Yes.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Do you wanna know? He
is-
died.
Oh.
sad.
He was actually, before I moved everyone from the lion park, he was like Spunnies in a way. He was quite an outcast. So eventually the clans all ousted him to the point where he was on his own. So we kept him in an enclosure next door to all the other hyenas back at the lion park. This was quite a while ago. And then one night we had a lot of rain, and the silly animal, he dug under the fence to the other hyenas, and they killed him.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it was his own fault.
He wasn't liked. He wasn't well liked by hyenas. He was well liked by people, but he was a very low-ranking kind of individual. So yeah, he was an amazing animal though. He reminds me of Monty. Monty, he was a similar kind of spirit. You know, Monty, you can play and he jumps and he runs and he does all those crazy things. Yeah. What else?
Ask more.
You got a book
Yeah.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wrote down the questions yesterday in the evening.
Okay.
I have another question. Are older hyenas more high-ranking than their younger siblings?
The older hyenas
Yeah. Are they more high-ranking than their younger siblings?
from the same family.
Yes.
So if I read your question right or I hear it right, so Gina's the matriarch. Okay, so if she has cubs and those cubs grow up in the clan, like Ringo,
Yeah.
then what will happen is if she has more cubs, those cubs will be on the same level, okay, as everyone else, but the older cubs will dominate because they can.
Yeah.
But she's on the same, they're blue blood, so to speak, and they will assume the rank of the mom. Females more dominant than males, okay, but within the clan's ranking, they will rank higher, even the small ones. So the baby will eat before lower ranking adults, but not within the same family. So the siblings, the older siblings, will dominate because they can, because they're bigger. Yeah.
How does the female dominant hyena becomes
Dominant.
the leader really?
Well, it goes back, it's like saying, how did the queen become the queen of
Yeah.
England? It goes back generations,
Yes.
way back. So passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation, unless you have something like a breakaway, okay, or you have an introduction or something like to that effect, where it's fair game. Then they're up to themselves to establish dominance. Like when we make up a clan, there's no dominant female, but
Yeah.
there will become one. Why? Because from birth she's aggressive, she's cheeky, she's cocky, she's full of spirit, and
Okay.
from birth you're going to get hyenas that are timid and nervous and shy.
Yes.
Even though they're females, like people,
Yeah.
you're going to get some people who are boisterous and arrogant and cocksure and in
Yeah.
charge, and you get others who are like timid and those are the so those are in the hyena clan are going to be the ones that the rule out of the females.
So everybody makes its own rank. So to
Yeah,
say.
well, they kind of figure out where they're going to fit in. But in the wild, it's inherited. So if your mommy's the boss
Yeah.
of the clan, you become the boss. If you're a female, you inherit that ranking. If you're a male hyenas disperse from the clan, the natal clan, when they're about 2.5.
Yeah.
To prevent inbreeding, obviously. But so the males will, even though they lived the blue blood lifestyle up until the day they leave, when they leave and they come to a new clan to try and get in, they start at the bottom, the males.
Yeah.
But because of their knowledge of life, if you want to say, put it that way, and their nutrition and their nurturing, they generally rise up in the clan very quickly because they know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what would happen if a daughter of a queen would be very shy? Could it happen that she goes down in the ranking?
Yeah, no, so everything's fluid, eh? There's nothing set in tablets of stone, eh? We've
Yes.
even seen there's been cases where matriarchs have been overthrown because she's just too aggressive and the clan doesn't like her. So it's all about, you have to be well liked, you have to rule with an iron fist, you have to be dominant, you have to be all those things, but you can overstep the mark. So yes, because she's a daughter, sometimes they conspire. Yeah, if we get rid of her, you know, we can move up the ladder.
All right.
So no, it's nothing is in tablets of stone.
Yeah.
It's just when you can say about an animal, this is how it works, when you're proven wrong.
It's like by you.
Exactly.
Do we have another? We have some.
Okay.
Some.
The hyena queens. We're going to call you the hyena queens.
I work on a story about hyenas. I will call it the hyena queen.
Okay.
uh,
Is it a fictitious story?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You're making like a children's book.
No,
It's too hard for
It's too
children.
hard. Yeah, it's
Okay.
sometimes very.
Oh, so it's like a fantasy story or what?
No, not fantasy.
Just a
I
drama.
I want to keep it as natural as possible,
cool.
but it's sometimes
For a book?
very. Yeah,
A
but
book or a movie?
book.
First
But,
a
First the book, yeah.
Okay.
Is it possible that sometimes a group of male hyenas attack and bully a female
female?
hyena?
Yes.
Oh,
It- I've seen it. If they've had enough and they're feeling, but it's very, you know, it's strength in numbers. So it's amazing, like people, when we've got backing of our friends, we suddenly become very cocksure and confident. But then when we're singled out on our own, we suddenly, oh, sorry, it wasn't me, it was they put me up to it. So yeah, they'll probably be able to bully that female for a bit, but once she's got the backing of the clan, and they'll get beaten up. So yeah, it's again, it's not in any fixed, you know, if they could catch her on the side and kill her or really beat her up badly, then yeah, I mean it's possible.
Oh, okay.
But they're quite, you know, hyenas, the clan is quite efficient in the way that it works and the respect, and it's more complicated than just, you know, this is exactly how it works. There's a lot of hidden behind, you know, read between the lines kind of meanings, and there's more than meets the eye. We're only beginning to learn about hyenas, I believe. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge about them out there, but you know, the more you spend time around them, they are.
One of the main reasons why we both come
Here.
here. I think,
Oh, the hyenas.
yeah, it's one of them, and it's not you.
See, that's the worry, is when your animals become more famous than you. But that's good. That's good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, question. Well, the most you had already explained.
Yeah.
Another question. Can hyenas break ostrich legs with their jaws?
Ostrich egg.
Ostrich eggs. Yes, I can. Because it's sometimes it's very strange. I read books, and in one book I read no, they can't.
Yeah.
They can't.
I'll tell you, I've seen it happen with my own eyes. We did it on a shoot, on a film shoot. We had an ostrich egg, and one of my captive hyenas cracked the egg. But it was hard, because it's not something you can get your mouth around. So you bite an ostrich egg and it rolls and it rolls and it rolls.
Yeah.
So they have to, you know, they had to like wedge it up against something and then get a good grip,
Yeah.
get it, mouth very wide open, and get it on the carnassials.
Yeah.
Then it just cracks.
I also read that they can bite through pans, frying pans.
Through a frying pan, I
Yeah,
can believe it. I mean, they can crack a giraffe femur. Now, if you've seen a giraffe's femur, it's about that thick and solid bone.
Yep.
That is more impressive than cracking an ostrich egg. You know, I can break an ostrich egg. Yeah, with my teeth.
I will see that.
No, I just chuck it on the ground. It breaks. But I can't break a giraffe bone.
Yeah.
I can take a giraffe bone and whack it as hard as I can against a tree. It's not going to break. But an ostrich egg I can break.
Yeah.
So that to me is more, if they cracked an ostrich egg top to bottom, then I'd be impressed. Because that's where its strength is. Its strength isn't on its side, it's on the top and the bottom.
Yep.
So yeah. Didn't you see that one, was it a Top Gear thing where they put all eggs and they put a platform and then they lowered a car onto the eggs?
Yeah. I guess I saw
And
something
did
like
even
that.
break.
No,
Wow.
because of the strength of an egg
Ah, yeah.
between the top and the bottom is incredible. So they put the whole platform of eggs, and then they put a platform on top of the eggs, and then they lowered a car onto the eggs. Didn't break.
Hier sind so die zwei Kaninchen. Ah. Was?
You see that? That's complete submission. So I'm a much more dominant individual in this clan, which is a very small little clan because it's only 2 plus 1. Because he's just been an underdog his entire life. So I know I can dominate him. But it's not to say that things are not going to change now that he lives on his own with Maxie. Because he's already more brave and he's already more confident, which is nice to see because, oh, you're nice to see, my little boy. You're so nice to see because in the old clan, Spanners wouldn't come up. Because why? He was just too scared of getting beaten up. So he's such a... It's just sometimes, you know, these things happen for the right reason, and he got beaten up to the point where we said we have to remove him. He's broken a tooth there. But this is a far happier animal.
Yeah.
Maxie, on the other hand, is depressed because once upon a time she lived in a lovely clan. Then he got ousted. We took him out. Then she became, for whatever reason, I was very surprised that it was her, but I think it was due to her cheekiness. And that's probably why she got hammered. And now she's very depressed that she has had to come here and live with Spunnies. Yeah, Spunnies.
But he's actually taking care of her, so she can't complain.
No, he comes up and he licks her, and he's been very nice to her. And she's been reciprocating. So I think in how many months? Yeah, not far from now, there's going to be little hyena cubs due to Spannelas. Yeah, your genes will go forward. You see? So in a hyena, those, you're doing a very good display here, my boy. Those are the teeth that do all the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, they're conical shaped carnassial teeth. These teeth are not really that impressive, considering what lion's teeth look like. Especially that one, Spun. That one's not really impressive. And so if you can imagine, you can see the musculature of old Spunnies. I can't get my hands around his neck. I mean, he's not bigger than a big dog. But a big dog, I'd be able to literally kind of really get a good grip around its neck. A hyena's atlas bone is that wide, literally. Yeah. So this oak's got huge musculature, forequarter power, strength, jaw, musculature. That, I mean, the pound per square inch of crushing pressure on those teeth will crush no problem through a giraffe bone. They'll, you know, make quick work out of most other bones. And without damaging the tooth at all. So you can imagine the forces that's generated there. Very cleverly adapted animal. Yeah.
What
Good.
age the hyenas live to?
Yeah, in the wild and in captivity, pretty similar. 15, 20, records of 30.
You're happy for some new cubs?
You know, hyenas, there's a demand. I have people phoning me all the time who have got really great farms to release them into. So they want hyenas to have in their farm, their game farm. They're lacking a species, an iconic species. So it's not, and a hyena here I know I can keep because of the rate at which they breed and how they breed. Yeah. There's no, unless there changes, and then with humans anything can change. But the demand for canned hyena hunting is not really there, you know. So I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to breed hyenas perpetually, willy nilly. But if they have one litter of cubs here, I'm not gonna it's not going to really kill me. And maybe what I'd even do is leave them with them, or then there's more of a bigger group. It's better for them and they're happier. So put her on the contraceptive. The contraceptive in hyenas hasn't proven to work as effectively. So that's another complete, not a complete reason, but another good reason. My other clan of hyenas is just males, so there's no worries there. And my other clan of hyenas is controlled very stringently by Gina. So and last litter she only had one, didn't survive, because there's a lot of vindictiveness and rivalry, and I let them take care. They must do what they got to do. So hyenas pretty much have got they got themselves under control. What's that?
Max is on the way.
Hey, Max, come! Come, Max! She's I'll go up there and spend time with her in the grass. But she's a really sweet animal. She was a really nasty piece of work with the other clan. She could be really bitchy, but she was put in her place very quickly. So, yeah.
The little baby that didn't survive was Homer.
No. Yes, there's been lots of hyena babies. He was Uno's. I think it was Uno. He was Uno's child. But there was two in the litter with Homer. There was another male and him. And if you've got two males in a litter, they're going to just fight. You see how nervous he is. Why are you so nervous? Eh? Don't be nervous. Be nervous. Gizzy, when he came up here, and a good sign, a sign of his submissiveness to me is a tucked in rear, his ears pinned back, and a smile. So that's just, immediately you can say, okay, that hyena has been submissive to you, as opposed to a low posture with a hair in the neck up, tail up, and again almost like a giggle for intimidation, or a low, like what we would call like a low, like in a cow. When a cow lows, it's not a happy, friendly kind of call from a hyena. Come sit here. Come, Max. She's coming. Come, Maxie. So she's actually showing that's good. The fact that she's coming up to the fence. She might not come all the way, but let's see. Come, Maxie. She's walking better. You see, now he's getting all... tail. See? Ida Buddha! You start with me, I promise you. Ilaba. Nice to see you, my girl. Nice to see you, my sweetie. She's still limping a bit. But, it's completely amazing. Do you see that he tries to act all intimidatory? She just ignores it completely. She's like, you're a joke, bud. I used to chew little hyenas like you and spit them out for breakfast. So there's a lot of, hyenas are really interesting animals because of that whole dynamic. It's just everything's complicated and changes. He's trying to get all cocky and shirty. But you see this? A complete change of behavior. And he would never do this kind of thing. Now, what I said to you guys, you've got to watch this space, because he can become an naughty hyena. He can become a very dominant, aggressive male. So I say Quentin does go in with him, but don't be surprised if one day there's a bite or I say to people, if you're going to work with spotted hyenas, be prepared to get bitten. You're going to get bitten, because this is what happens with them. It's nice to see she's put on weight. I think actually what might have even been the case, she might have actually had a fracture on her leg from a bite. And that's why it's taken so long to heal. But she's looking a lot happier. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. Happy campus bunnies! What'd you say? Cool. Move on.
Nieba. Pins. Pins, pins. There's one for you too. Oh no!
Only have 2 pieces, Nieba. Okay, maybe.
Will you go a bit further for Vincent?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.